Welcome to the Blessors of Israel podcast. I'm Matthew Dodd, Executive Director of Blessors of Israel. One of the most hotly debated topics concerning Israel is the question of Israel's claim to the land it currently occupies. Specifically, what are the borders of the Promised Land? The Bible clearly answers the question. In Genesis 15, God established a grant covenant with Abram, which means God bound himself by an oath to unilaterally and unconditionally give the land to Abram and his descendants forever. In verse 18, God declared what the borders of the Promised Land would be. On that day, the Lord made a covenant with Abram, saying, "To your descendants I have given this land, from the river of Egypt as far as the great river, the river Euphrates." God later confirmed the Promised Land borders to Moses in Deuteronomy chapter 1, verses 6 through 8, and then to Joshua in Joshua chapter 1, verse 4. Let's identify the borders that God promised to Israel through his covenant with Abram. The western boundary is the Great Sea, which is the Mediterranean Sea, according to Joshua chapter 1, verse 4. The southern border is the Nile River in Egypt. The eastern border is the Euphrates River, and the northern border is Lebanon. Now, in today's context, what countries would be included in the borders listed in Genesis 15? First, the territory currently occupied by the Palestinians, the West Bank and Gaza, is included. Second, a portion of Egypt to the south. Third, some of Saudi Arabia to the southeast. Fourth, all of Jordan to the east. Fifth, a portion of Iraq to the east. Sixth, some of Syria to the north. Seventh, Lebanon to the north. And lastly, possibly the southern portion of Turkey as you follow the Euphrates River north by northwest. Question: has Israel ever fully occupied these borders? Answer: no. Some of the regions were controlled by King David and King Solomon, but they were never fully possessed or occupied by Israel. Question: why didn't Israel fully occupy the Promised Land according to the borders of Genesis 15? Answer: because Israel failed to obey God's command and allowed their enemies to remain in the land, which ultimately tempted them to sin against God by worshiping idols. Question: will Israel's borders ever extend to what God promised Abram in Genesis 15? Answer: yes. Please remember that since God bound himself by an oath, a grant covenant, his promise to Abram must be fulfilled, and it will be fulfilled when Jesus Christ returns to establish his millennial kingdom. During Christ's 1,000-year reign, the Promised Land will experience peace, tranquility, and blessings as Jesus reigns on the throne of David. Thank you so much for joining me. To receive the latest news concerning Israel with biblical commentary, please visit our website at www.blessors.org. That's www.blessors.org. Also, make sure to follow us on Facebook, Twitter, and Getter, and subscribe to our YouTube and Rumble channels. Thanks again for joining me today. We appreciate your prayers and financial partnership as we build this new ministry. Remember, those who bless Israel will be blessed. Shalom, shalom.